yo, maniacs, Hulk Hogan here, and I just want you to know, if you're a rocker and a roller and a little funky too, you're watching the Kerrang podcast, brother. So what you gonna do?
Hello and welcome to the Kerrang podcast. Here I'm with Hulk Hogan.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Good, brother, good.
Excellent. So you're in London for the TNA Road to Lockdown at Wembley Arena. I mean, what do you like about England, first of all?
Well, I love the fact that everybody here still treats me like I'm the champ.
Right.
They act like I just won the title. They act like my career is just starting. They treat me with so much respect and they're so loyal. It's pretty amazing. They are definitely hardcore fans, loyal to a fault, and are on Team Hogan for life, no doubt. That's
Cool.
what I love about this place.
Awesome. How many times have you been to the UK, do you think?
Whoa, a handful, maybe this many, over the last 20-something years.
Yeah.
But came with the WWF, and I can't remember if we came with the WWE. I know we came with WCW and twice with TNA now, so it's quite familiar ground, and there's a great wrestling fan base here.
Excellent. So what's happening with TNA right now? What's happening in Hulk Hogan's world?
In my world?
Yeah.
Well, we're just going on to greatness, so TNA is a big part of it. It's a little teeny company that is turning into a big monster. And after a couple of years of readjusting the dials and getting things right, we're really off and running. And the overseas presence, especially in the UK, has a lot to do with our success. Being the #1 wrestling company in the UK is amazing. Doing great business in the United States is amazing, and it's happening in a reasonably short amount of time. The company's been around about 9 years, and I only count the last couple of years when I've been involved. So
Okay.
for the last few years, we're really making huge strides and leaps and bounds, and we are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Last year, I think there was a rumor that you'd auditioned for Metallica. Can you tell us more about that story?
Yeah, that rumor has been turned and twisted and thrown in so many different directions that I auditioned and I lied and I never auditioned and they weren't interested. And the truth is, I played music for many years before I ever got into wrestling.
Yeah.
And when I heard Metallica was looking for a bass player, I would have quit wrestling like that
Right.
to get in Metallica.
Was the bass what you were sort of?
Yeah,
Was that
yeah,
your
that was my deal, the
prowess?
bass. And never played a bass with frets, always an old fretless jazz or precision, the old tube-loaded SVT Ampeg heads with the front-loaded 10s and the old school stuff.
Right.
And when I heard they were looking for a bass player, I got my tapes together from the old band, got a couple tapes together that Simon Cowell produced with me and Green Jelly, and I did an old Gary Glitter song, Leader of the Gang, with Simon over here back in the day before he got his break doing all the wrestling music and then became a huge monster.
Right.
But got all that stuff together to send it to Metallica and never heard a word.
All right.
So they never responded to me. They either thought I was a joke or they thought it was a joke.
Okay.
And it wasn't me, or I wasn't no good, but I never heard back from them. And I was telling someone else the same thing kind of happened with the Rolling Stones, because I was a presenter over here in the UK for a comedy award show with Jerry Hall.
Okay.
And after we came off stage, we were presenting together, we came off stage and she goes, "Oh my gosh, my kids love you, and could you please send some merchandise to this address?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to send you the merchandise, but also I heard the Rolling Stones were looking for a bass player, so I'm going to send my tapes and all my stuff in the merchandise box. So please tell your boyfriend, Mick Jagger, to give it a look." And once again, I never heard a word, not a thing. So I tried, but I never did audition for Metallica. I wish I would have, but the bass player they got was so good.
Yeah.
My God.
You were hanging out with Paramore in is it Radio 1 the
Yes,
other
yes.
day? How did that come about? Did you
We were
cross
just crossing
paths,
paths, thinking, "Oh my God, Hulk Hogan, we're huge fans." And
Yeah.
they were just really psyched because they grew up watching me and then became bigger fans, the last few years. So it was cool to meet them. Cool to see him. Yeah. Daughtry, Chris Daughtry just hooked up with me on Twitter.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh my God, Hogan, I'm such a huge fan. We're coming to Clearwater, Florida, where you live, on the end of February. So I'm excited to go see him. There's a small theater in Clearwater, a very private theater called the Capitol Theater, and it holds about 150 people.
Oh, right. Well.
And Kid Rock called me about 2 months ago. Hey, come on down, brother. He was playing a little event for a charity, so I got to go in the theater. I've never been to the theater. It was the first time ever. It's an old broken down theater.
Yeah.
And Kid Rock was playing there, and he invited me and my wife and my daughter Brooke down. He put on a full-blown show for like 150 people, and he tore it down. So I think Daughtry's in the same building, so I can't wait to hear him in there.
Excellent. So what's the next couple of weeks hold for you? When do you go back to the US?
I leave Sunday.
Oh, right.
And
So
go
it's a
back.
fine visit.
Yeah, right. So I'll be here a week, and it's different, because when I was here before, I used to concentrate on wrestling.
Yeah.
Now I concentrate on the publicity and doing the interviews, brother,
Yeah.
and telling everybody about the events. And, then Manchester, we'll film 2 shows there, and then we'll film 2 shows here in London, which will air through the month of February. So it's different, I love being here, but I miss getting in the ring. And I miss being part of the action, and I miss that desperately.
When you look out at the arena in the UK, is it noticeably different to a sort of a US crowd?
Yes. The energy level is insane. They are so hardcore.
Yeah.
They're so loyal, and they're so full of energy. I wish every place was like this.
Excellent.
It makes a difference in the performers in the ring. It changes how they perform, and I just love to see that.
Excellent. Well, it's been great hanging out with
Thank you,
today.
brother. No, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the stay in the UK, and
I sure
we'll
will.
see you again very soon.
I'm off to the sushi bar.
Right. Enjoy.
Thank you.